has been knocking on my door for a couple of years to try to get some stage time. So I'm excited to finally give him that opportunity. And Frank is a retired St. Paul Public Schools elementary school principal. One of his closest friends said to him at his retirement party, quote, "I cannot believe you made it to retirement. You should have been fired for some of the stuff you said." Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Feinberg. Enjoy the show.
Where? Where are we?
Save us, JCC.
This isn't the show at home? Who are all these people?
Our fans, looking for some good comedy, JCC members.
Yeah.
You're going to be great.
There? Bye. You know, I was going to say to you to start by a show of hands, but I can't see any hands out there, so how many of you remember, maybe you can just say yes or something, how many of you remember Mr. Whipple from the Charmin commercials? I'm not that person. Hey, we really do have, and Claire said it, we really do have a totally shitty lineup tonight. What? I thought you told me to say that. No. Okay, so I want to take this blue shirt off, get started here, and let you know that I am, as Claire told you, a school principal. Actually, I'm a retired school principal. There are no active working principals who do stand-up comedy, and there's a reason for that. We'd be fucking fired for some of the shit we'd say up here. You know, totally. You can't, you know, we'd be fired. I just realized I'm at the JCC. I'm not at Acme, so I probably shouldn't use the F-bomb so quickly. So what I'm going to do instead, well, actually, I'm not going to use the F-bomb at all at this point. Unless, of course, I shit my pants. But even then, I'm not going to use the F-bomb. I'm going to say oy vey instead. So anytime that I might be tempted to use that word, I'm going to say oy vey. Fuck. I mean, oy vey. And what you guys need to know is we Jews come from a long line of comics, and one of the things that makes that kind of runs across all of these comedians is that they use very deprecating humor. You missed the line. Okay, but I do want to welcome everybody, and I want to say to you, I want to tell you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to tell some jokes. I'm going to do some original material. I will talk about some Jewish stuff, of course, because we are at the JCC. Maybe a little bit about my family. It would have to be a very little bit, because I really don't want to embarrass them. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But just before I turn this mic over to Julie Orenstein, Rabbi Glazer, I know you're back there and you're probably listening to this, but I have a question, and it's actually based on some research that I did. And the research is about the plagues of Passover, and why that 10th plague was necessary, you know, the killing of the firstborn. So after the misery of those first 9 plagues, you know, boils and lice and all the rest of that stuff, why wouldn't Pharaoh have used his sense to just let the Jews go and, Instead, you know the rest of the story. Well, as it turns out, Moses was sending a delegation to talk to Pharaoh, and they couldn't find him, so it's the age-old story that if you don't communicate, it doesn't go well. They couldn't find him, so they never really got to have that discussion. But as it turned out, what they found out later, the reason Pharaoh did not let the Jews go, and the reason they couldn't find him, is because he was in denial. I told that at Passover Seder, and somebody said, I hope you don't use that up there. So now I have to find Julie Ornstein's bio here. Julie Ornstein. According to Julie, what really helped her become a good comic so quickly was the audience egging her on when she really needed it. In addition to eggs, they also threw drinks, napkins, or whatever they had handy. One of her best impressions is that of a comedian doing stand-up. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome Julie Ornstein to the stage.